Okay. What is your name and your job title?
Marta Rodriguez, and I am a fourth grade elementary teacher.
Okay. How long have you been a teacher?
About 28 years.
Okay. How long have you worked in the district?
In this district, all 28 years.
Have you worked in another district before you started working here?
No.
Okay. What technologies did you have available to you when you began teaching 28 years ago?
Film strip projector with cassette tape.
Okay.
And it used to go beep so that you would change it manually. Tape recorders where we would play, listen to stories and things like that. Overhead projector. That's about it.
So out of any of these things, do you still use any of them?
No.
Not even the overhead projector?
Just rarely,
Okay.
but usually no.
Okay. Was the use of these technologies readily available to you?
Well, you would have to sign up for the equipment,
Go.
and it required like really planning in advance, because you would have to sign up and you would have to go to the library and look for the film strips, and
So it was a process.
it was a process. So, once in a while to enhance a lesson, but it wasn't, something that you would do all the time.
So how would you say that technology has changed over your time in this district?
Well, tremendously. I mean, we went from, everything being old to like everything being different. Even like copiers. We used to have to make a ditto and crank it by hand. Now we have copying machines. We went from cassettes to DVDs to, now we just have a Promethean board and everything is digital. All plans, everything was hand done. Now everything is done by computer electronically, so it's totally different.
Was there ever a point in your career when you realized that technology was going to play an integral part in education?
Yes, I was always like someone who liked gadgets and electronics, so I was always looking for like new, better, faster. So I always knew that I could improve what I was doing in the classroom with technology. I mean, I was one of the first people to have a home computer and use it to, make tests and do things for the classroom.
Interesting. And you still do that now, where you're bringing the iPad and things like that.
Yes.
What technologies are available now? If you mentioned a few already, but if there's any other ones that you didn't mention yet that you could use in the classroom?
I would love to see iPads distributed to be used like on a daily basis with the kids. I mean, they can write on it, hold it up. You can have your worksheets on it and they can just send it to you electronically. I mean, we could just do quite a lot electronically without paper and pencil.
Speaking of iPads, there's a few schools actually who have implemented the iPads or tablets instead of using textbooks. How do you feel about that?
I think it's the wave of the future. I think eventually it would be so much easier to walk around with an iPad than all the textbooks. I mean, we see what happens with the textbooks and everything, so I can see that, definitely.
Do you think that the technology is available to the teachers now, especially in our school, who is, a school that's advanced? Do you think that they're used to their full capacity?
Well, it depends on the teacher. Some teachers, yes, and some teachers, no. I think that the newer teachers coming in are more technologically savvy and they've grown up with it. Whereas many of the older teachers are set in their ways and, you know, they've kind of been forced into
Yeah.
the new technologies and they kind of have a fear. But once they learn it, they you know, change their minds. I know because I was the technology trainer here at number 2 school, and they would start the class with me and they were afraid to touch things. And then at the end, oh, this is so much easier. I can do this, I can do that. So, you know.
Technology plays a large role in our society. That being said, do you feel your students are more apt presently than when they began teaching?
Technology?
Yeah, like do you think now they're